So let's do it.
What's up, peeps? So I know it's been quite a long time since I've posted a video, so if any of y'all are watching this, thank you for tuning back in. I apologize for the long wait. I was busy with my exams, even though it finished a month ago. I was lazy and I wanted to play games, alright? Give me a break. On that note, if y'all don't mind me posting some of my gameplay, I play Valorant sometimes, a lot of times, most of my time. I spend way too much time on that game. So yeah, today I'm going to be teaching a very simple color change that I've been playing with. But before that, I'm going to be honest. While studying for my exams, I really didn't do much magic. I didn't really spend time creatively thinking about magic. So I'm a bit rusty, to say the least. I'm very rusty. I can barely do a double lift anymore. Today I'm going to teach y'all a simple color change which I've been messing around with. It's a one-handed color change, which is what makes it cool. It's not easy, but I think y'all can do it. It's not really that practical in every situation. It's very angle sensitive, not like Eric Chan, and it's more of
It's
a
not
move
like,
down.
oh,
Look at this
flat
boom,
card
eat
and
it.
stuff like that. No, it's a color change.
Yeah, you'll see in a bit. So yeah, just get a deck of cards and let's start this. Alright, I have with me here some bicycle seconds. I think seconds is like some slightly defected cards, but I don't care. It's bicycle. My friend gave this to me. It's only like 10 ringgit, so I like it because it's cheap, but you still get like USPCC quality. Anyways, so here's the move. Just a quick overview of it. I'm not sure if that's the correct angle. Maybe let me back up a bit. Boom. So yeah, that's basically the move. It's a one-handed color change, but it's not really one-handed because you kind of need your other hand to cover the move. Anyways, without further ado, basically in any color change really, the principle is exactly the same. You have two cards and then you replace one on top of the other, or you take one off from the other. That is the case for every single color change in existence, except a few, which the methods of that I don't even know. So the concept of this is you have two cards, maybe not that, that's kind of similar. You have two cards which are different like this, 8 of clubs and the 2 of diamonds, and then you're going to use your thumb over here as a pivot point. And you're going to and you have a pinky break right here. You're going to go up a bit and then swiftly move your hand down with the thumb slightly overhanging on the tip of the card, and that allows the card to spin. So basically using this motion, you know, because the law of inertia, I studied too much physics, will cause the card to want to stay up here, and it will get caught in the thumb here and rotate. Now, I'll be honest, it takes a bit of practice to get good, and as you can see, even myself, it slides off to the side a bit. But I'll have a section where I explain the subtleties, and that can help cover it a bit better. So in summary, the move is basically taking a card, getting a pinky break under 2, and then flipping the card with one hand using this motion and having it under the cover of a snap. Okay, now to grip. I'm not sure where I learned this from, but I remember learning this move on YouTube. And they just asked to put your thumb in front of the pip here, just right up here, and that forms as a pivot point. But personally, for me, it works, but for me, sometimes it'll flip outwards like this, and I don't like that. So I kind of made my own grip where it's 2 pivot points. So the thumb over here and the meat, Gordon Ramsay's medium.
Where's the lamb sauce?
The meat of your palm here goes over the card like this. Not tight, you're not squeezing it tight, then the card just won't move. I mean, it did. But you get the idea, just loosely holding it. And for me personally, I think it makes a more cleaner flip and your card just doesn't go flying off to the side like that. That is my grip. Y'all can come up with your own however you want. It's really up to you. But the main idea of the move is flipping the card like that with one hand using a swift downward motion. Alright, and now to the final part, which is subtleties. And I think I showed a few in the demonstration just now. The snap above the card, there are two things that come into play there. One is obviously you're covering the whole flipping of the card and makes it a bit more believable to the spectator. And another thing is, you notice when you flip the card, there's kind of a sound. I'm not sure if y'all can hear that. Let me just... Yeah, if you ask me, that's a fairly loud sound. So we need something to mask it, because if the audience hears, the spectators hear this, I think they can sort of get an idea of how the trick is done. So yeah, it's a good idea to use a snap to mask the sound, and you also have to practice that a lot. Just keep practicing timing the snap with the sound of the card flap. What happened? Keep practicing timing the snap with the sound of the card. What? I can't speak. Keep practicing timing the snap with the sound of the... You get the idea. Just sync the time of your snap sound with the sound of the card falling. So subtlety number 2, which I don't necessarily use. The ideal thing would be to get a perfect flip, but as you can see, that doesn't always happen. So the idea of magic is we want to mimic what doing it for real would be. So if I were to really change this card, in this 9 of diamonds, into the Queen of clubs in a downwards motion, I just have to do this and then it magically changes, right? That's what we want to emulate. That's what we want to make it seem like what happened. So if you notice, when we do this, the cards all get spread out. Whereas when we do the move, and let's say if we don't do it cleanly, the cards are spread out only 2 cards, and people can kind of figure out how you did that. So the subtlety that I added is, instead of just flipping and just holding the deck tightly like this in a nice clean grip, I suggest releasing your fingers once the flip is done, just like this. Well, not like that, that's a bit too far off. The idea is to release your fingers at the right time to give the illusion of just, you know, bringing the whole deck down and all the cards get messed up. So yeah, that is another subtlety that I added to this effect. To be honest, people have probably done this before and probably taught it on YouTube, but I don't know, I just like messing with this move. It's satisfying, like when you flip it and then it perfectly lands. Sometimes it fails. Like I said, this is a very knacky move and you'll have to practice it a lot. Another thing, try not to have such a giant downward motion. You just want it to be like just like a flick of the wrist, just like that. Here's a principle of magic. You want a bigger action will cover the smaller action. So you want the big action to be your hand snapping. The big action should be your finger snapping, and this move should just be a small flick of the wrist. If at first you're practicing, sure, you can go up and down, quite a large movement, no problem. But once you're getting better at it, you should just flick and it'll look much cleaner. And hey, if you can get it to a perfect level at some point, I'm pretty sure you can even take off your hand and just do this. So one thing to remember is this should be used on an off beat. So it's not necessarily meant to be used like other color changes where it's like, look here, boom, right? It's more of a casual, maybe for when you get a card wrong and you want to change it, when you get a card wrong. So let's say spectator chooses a card, this one, they look at it, they remember it, and push it back into the deck. And then we just shuffle up. You know, the card's missed. The card's lost and nobody knows where it is. That was not suspicious at all. And then be like, oh, I'm going to find your card. Boom, is that your card? No, ha ha ha. You laugh it off a bit, and at that moment, while everyone's laughing at you for messing up and choosing the wrong card because you're a failure of a magician and you haven't practiced at all in your sleight of hand, it's terrible. So while everyone is laughing at you, then you bring your hand down casually and you're like, ah ha ha, okay. And then you blame them for having terrible eyesight, not seeing that it is their card. Boom. So yeah, I don't know, that's just something that came off the top of my head. Maybe it works. Maybe it's not your style. Mix and match it. Make it how you want it to be. And yeah, that's about it. Any questions on the move, just put it down in the comments and I might help you out on it. Might, if I'm not lazy. So yeah, it's a rather short one. Thank you guys very much for watching. Like I said, I'm not as creative as I used to be. It might take me a while to get back into like the magic mindset. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe, that'd be nice. You guys have been asking for magic content, so it's coming. I think next video I want to teach y'all the muscle pass. It's not an easy trick, but it looks cool. It's organic because you just need a coin and your hands. You need hands, but it is a very difficult trick. It took me about 2 months to learn. It's easy, but it takes commitment. Yeah, that's about it. I am going to play Valorant now. If y'all would like to see that, like, I can start live streaming it. If y'all would like to see that, just drop it down in the comments. And yeah, maybe I'll start live streaming. Maybe some magic live stream too. We'll see. Anyways, I'm gonna go sleep. Goodbye.